Let me get this started by saying just one thing first. Yes, I'm aware that gacha games are not for everyone, and most people don't enjoy the quality of the games, or they feel like they need to spend their hard-earned cash simply to keep up with the game, or else they'll be left behind, to just be left in the dirt, which typically happens all the time. Even if you spend, I don't know, a few $100,000, you'll still be left behind within the next patch, but that's a topic for a different day. Or they just don't enjoy the anime art style. All these are extremely valid complaints or issues to have with the game, and you can't argue against preference. The reason I'm saying this is because this video in its entirety is preference. This is not a definitive one-to-one of this is what every single person in the world who's ever played a gacha game will experience or feel about this game if they play it for the first time. This is simply me going over what I think, my thoughts, my feelings, and my issues that I have with the game. Now, as someone who has never really been a gacha person, like, ever, the only gacha title I tried previous to Zenless was Genshin, way back in 2020, I think. It was whenever the game either first came out, or whenever the game started gaining traction. I think I saw it on Twitter, that people started playing it, and I was like, hey, that looks like a fun game, I want to play it. And then I just wasn't really that big on it. Anyways, now you're probably wondering, Nick, why did you just spend so much time explaining why you don't care for Genshin, a game that you have never once explained why you even liked or cared about the game in the first place? That's a good question, my dear viewer. The reason why was to set up the story I'm about to share with you. So, settle down and grab something to snack on. Maybe, what do I have on my desk? Nothing, because I have a very clean desk. Just grab some chips or something. We'll be here for like 2 minutes. It's not that big of a story, I promise you. So, a long time ago, aka in about December of 2023, I made a video that was unlisted because, well, let's be honest, if you don't like a video that you make nowadays, you just either delete it, private it, or unlist it. I don't delete or private, I just unlist videos that I'm not proud of. This being the Game Awards 2023 video, titled, The Game Awards 2023, But We All Have Brain Rot. Yeah, I know, amazing title, but that's not the point. But around the 24-minute mark of the video, I saw a trailer for a new gacha game. It just looked like typical gacha slop in my eyes, but I knew nothing about the game, so... If you know me, you back in the day anyways, you know that I was one of those gacha haters that never actually played the game, but would be like, oh, it's just another cash grab, don't waste your time guys, this game's probably gonna suck ass. But that was actually far from the case. So when I saw the first trailer, I was actually extremely interested on what this game was going to consist of, or what it was going to entail, and I totally wasn't as interested in Von Lycon the entire time. That's not part of the story.
Like, genuinely, this looks really, really good. Trust me.
Is that one that has a furry butler?
What?
Oh,
There
it
is a-
is! I've seen him!
Oh, there it is!
You can't do
Who's
this
that
to
bear
me.
guy?
Cat girl.
I'm like #1 gacha hater, you can't do this.
Fuck yeah.
Man, put it on PC, I'll fucking download it. Alright, fine. Yeah, I know. Vaughn was the only reason I fell into Zenless, but I'm glad he was. Fast forward to about 6 months later, and the game finally released, and I didn't play it for like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I was so hyped for a game that I didn't play it simply because I was too afraid to play it, because I had the mentality of, if I play this game, I'm either A, going to despise it after being so hyped for it, or B, this is going to be a game that I'm going to be locked in and trapped playing for the rest of my time on the planet Earth. And it was option B. I'm obsessed. This game has taken over my life. Please send help.
Hey buddy, I'm not trying to embarrass you. I just want you to know that it's pretty smelly over here.
Allow me to just remind you, this was the first ever gacha game that I had been there for the release for and actually kept up to date and was anticipating the release for. This was the first ever time I was there and I cared. So this meant a lot. Meaning, if it was bad, I probably wouldn't go back to another gacha game. But if it was good, I would be stuck. And well, considering I'm making this video, I think we know what happened, so... For the first month of the game, I actually remember trying my absolute hardest to just get through the story, do every single commission, every single possible way to earn Polychrome. I did that, just so I can unlock Von Lycon. And... the fun part was, I didn't even get him through natural rolls. One of my first S ranks, actually no, the first S rank I got before getting, I think it was proxy level 7 or 8, I got Rina. as my very first S-rank pull, which made the beginning of the game actually pretty smooth, even though Rina is not the greatest S-rank character. That's not really a hot take, she's actually kind of weak. I think she needs a buff, please. And by this time, I was still a free-to-play player, so I was extremely happy, and I still had the mindset of, oh, I can get whatever I want with free-to-play, I don't need to spend a dime. That was wrong. No, that was completely wrong. I was very naive. It was also extremely helpful because at this time, I actually only had like a few games in my circle, so having a new game introduced into said circle that I would play on the regular was extremely helpful. Those games being Fortnite and Destiny 2. Yeah, I'm glad I got new interests along the line. So I guess the main thing is, why? Why did I get so wrapped around Zenless Zone Zero's thumb? Was it Von Lycon? Eh, kind of, sort of. Was it story?
Wow, that rat Byron girl sure.
A little bit, yeah. Was it the characters and how they felt decently well written? Yeah, I suppose. Or was it the music? Well... When it comes to video games, music is genuinely one of the most important things to me in my eyes. But I suppose music isn't the only thing I'll care for in a game, the second being gameplay. If there's good OST and there's good gameplay, then yeah, the game is perfectly fine with me. Sure, Zenless and its gameplay are at first extremely simple. You just dodge, attack, parry, special attack, your EX special, your ultimate. It's all super simple. But to get back on track, it's simple. But it was how the game was played that made it feel so right. It made it feel so well. Like, the defensive assist sound, it was perfect dodges. It made me feel so hyped with each battle that I was thrown into. Especially whenever the music on top of it makes it feel like... It's hard to explain whenever you have this... What genre of music is Zenless even classified as? Okay, so I looked it up. It's a dark techno banger. Okay, that's what we'll go with. The battle music added within each fight, short or long, it doesn't really matter. It really adds to the overall experience of each battle. But I know the music can get kind of boring, especially after hearing it for about 20, 30 hours straight. You kind of just get like, wow, this music's kind of boring. I want more, or I just want to turn off the music altogether and listen to my own music. That is why I think it's so much cooler that they actually have each different holo that you experience has different music for you to listen to as well. Whether you're exploring the Cretan holo, the Lemnian holo, or the Papago holo, all have different environments, enemies, and music. Sure, they share some of the same enemies, well, most of the time they do, but each holo actually has its own unique enemies that it introduces. Different kinds of ethereals, different kinds of just one-off enemies or bosses, but that's what makes each holo so memorable. Personally, my favorite one being the Lemnian holo, mainly because the Ballet Twins are my favorite boss in the game. Well, actually, there's one other boss that's my favorite. But aside from the bosses, I love the aesthetic of just the ballet area, and just the music, the environment, the exploration levels. It's all perfect. If I'm not stupid, I'll be playing audio from the exploration segments of the Lemnian holo in the background of this section, and you can kind of see what I mean. It's just so good. Now, let me talk about a negative I have with the game. And, to no one's surprise, that's the gacha itself. Shocker, I know. And believe it or not, I don't like gambling. I know, crazy. I'm more of a fan of the characters, the stories, the music, as I've explained prior. My biggest issue is not being able to get the banner characters after they leave the rotation. How I wish they would do such a thing and handle banners is that whenever they leave the rotation after 3 to 4 weeks, or however long that they're in the rotation for, they put them into the standard banner, so even after they're gone from rotation, you could still get them normally. It's just at a decreased chance of doing so. But not being able to get characters for months and months just really stings the worst. Because let's say, this is just a hypothetical, no personal experience or anything, but let's say that you spend and grind so much polychrome for weeks just to get one character who's totally not a blonde anomaly fire character, the only one in the game, and you spend weeks farming polychrome, getting all of the master tapes that you can, and you finally get that S rank the night before the banner reset. So if you don't get this character here, you're not going to get her again for months. And you pull that 10 pull, and you see that S rank, and what do you get?
Knew you need my help.
Per banner. Just to satiate my 10 pull need.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him killing myself.
Knew you need my help.
It's the character I hate, too! It's the character I fucking hate!
I was really hoping that you would have gotten lighter. But no.
Now, you have two options here. You can either, you can pull out the credit card and sacrifice your soul to the devil and give them about $50, or however much it is to get a 10 pull, or not even 10 pull, 100 pull, or 80 pull actually. Or, you can sit there and realize, shit, well, I'm gonna have to wait several months to get this character again. And you just sit there and the reality sinks in that you have just missed out on a chance to get a character that you really wanted to get. Yeah, that totally didn't happen to me, and I'm not stuck with this stupid fucking cat that I don't want. It's my least favorite character in the game. But that is my main complaint with the game, and it's the banners. If they simply put each character back into the standard banner, along with everyone else after they left the rotation, I'd have no issues. But we're spending too much time talking about banners. I have more I want to talk about. Moving on from banners, I want to talk about the endgame experience. It's difficult. It's hard. It's a challenge. Maybe not a good challenge sometimes, but it's certainly a challenge. But that's the point. It's the very end of the game, hence it's endgame. The endgame experience is actually chopped up into a few different sections of people. The first section of people is you're just farming to max out all your teams, or your favorite characters, their engines, their bang boo. You're basically just focusing on, like, for example, I really enjoy playing as Ellen. I'm going to max out Ellen and get max stats for her. I don't actually have Ellen, so the gameplay is probably like like Vaughn or something, but you're the person who simply just wants to make your favorite agents the best. And that's what I was at the very beginning anyways. The second section of people, section 2 as I call it, are the people who are farming Hollow Zero and avoid activities to reach max levels, while using the highest intensities to get all the rewards possible. Which is actually the best thing to do considering how easy they are. You just get a ton of rewards, so just... I don't see a reason to not do it. It's just free shit. Section 3, you're farming to get agents, their cinemas, their max levels, to get all 9 stars on Deadly Assault. Which, if you're even able to get 7 stars on Deadly Assault, I fucking salute you, as you're a part of probably the 1% who will never be able to reach such a feat. And if you're one of the, 3 or 4 people in the world who can get all 9 stars, how? How the actual fuck? And finally, section 4. You're doing everything. Maxing out every character, doing every single activity, doing every single event whenever they release, finding every single HIA coin, having about 20 different tabs of Opera GX pulled up as you sort between them, trying to desperately find out where this last coin is, or just... But, enough about completionist, because we all know that's a very overwhelming topic. Let's take a moment to relax. Zenless Zone Zero is an overall fantastic game that I actually enjoy playing it dearly, even if my friends think I'm a turbo virgin for doing so. I love the characters, I love the story, I love the music, and I love the combat. I know this video kind of is all over the place, and I apologize for that if you were watching this video like, oh my god, this guy can't focus on one topic for 2 seconds, what's going on? I'm very sorry for that. I'm having a hard time staying on topic because my brain jolts to different kind of topics while I'm talking about one, like, oh, I can talk about this, talk about that. Even while I'm using a script, I still do that because I have a lot I want to say. I apologize for that. If you find that annoying, I do really apologize. But I really wanted to make a video that was different and that was about a game that I enjoyed, Zenless, which I finally get to make it. It probably won't be some top tier video, but it's something I wanted to work on, something I wanted to make. Again, I know it's extremely out of left field, this random video coming out of nowhere, like a mini review, but again, I really wanted to make this video for a while, and since that Season 1, aka the original story, is done, I get to do that. I get to write out my thoughts, I get to just talk about the game and how much I loved doing it. I do want to make more videos like this in the future, about just games I love, media I like. Doesn't even have to be games, it can be shows, it can be anime, it can be books, just something. Because I have a bunch of stuff I would love to just talk about on this channel, make it more personalized instead of just, here's funny moments that happened to me with my friends while playing Fortnite Battle Royale or some shit like that. I want this channel to be more personal. I want it to be me, not just me and my friends. I want it to be Nick Boyos. That's it. Anyways, to conclude this video, Zenless Zone Zero, Hoyoverse. Can you guys add Bernice back into the rotation? I really want to unlock her. It wasn't fair. I got fucked over by a cat. Please add back Bernice White. Oh my god, can we fucking play DDR? Cracker!
Cracker?